Who is he that overcometh the world but he that believes that Jesus is the Son of God? Therefore the faith, the true faith, which St. John is virtually defining as faith in the divinity of our Lord Jesus Christ, this faith is stronger than the world. And that's proved by the martyrs. All of the martyrs who triumphed by being crushed, defeated, by losing, as we would say today, by being losers, like our divine Lord on the cross, by being losers, they won. By being crushed by the world and yet completely happy, demonstrating their happiness, many of them when they were being crushed, by their rejoicing in dying for Christ, for God, they showed that they were closer to God than they were to the world, and therefore the worst that the world could do them, they could overcome by their union with God. And therefore the faith overcomes the world, and today in particular, Catholics should not be too upset by the prospects of nuclear war, which is very possible, obviously, much more possible than we might have thought last year, not yet happened, may just still be avoided, but it does look very, very probable, very possible, very probable, because there's a tidal wave of sin, a tsunami of sin, flooding all over the world, especially the breaking of the first commandment. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy strength, and with all thy will. Our wicked modern world is pretending that God doesn't even exist, or if he exists, he's not of importance. And that's a direct violation of the first commandment. There are decent people today who count on their decency to face death. But decency alone, as we may understand it, respectability, being respectable and decent, does not necessarily mean, not necessarily at all mean, that during their lives they obeyed the first commandment. They could lead perfectly decent and respectable lives in the eyes of men, when it was not a life respectable or decent in the eyes of God, simply because of the way in which they scorned God or scorned his importance. They had better things or more important things to do on Sunday morning than go to Mass.